Hello, make una hear and me talk amo. Yes, na Edo State Governor talk am. He see am on time. He saw it. He saw what was coming. I want you to watch this video. There is something I want to point out to you after watching this video.
The country will go and sleep. At the end of the month, we all just go to Abuja and we collect money and we come back and we spend. My brothers and sisters, I am an economist. I'm an investment banker. We are in trouble. Huge financial trouble. First, what we used to rely on, crude oil. Forget what you are seeing now at $70, $60 a barrel. It is only a mirage. It's only a question of time. Because the major oil companies, Shell, Chevron, who are the ones producing, they are no longer investing as much in oil. Chevron is now one of the world's largest investors in alternative fuel. Shell is pulling out of Nigeria. So in another year or so, where will we find this money that we go to Abuja to share every month? Last month, or we got FAC for March. The federal government printed an additional 50 to 60 billion to top up for us to share. We say remove subsidy. They say no. This April, next week again, we'll go to Abuja, we will share. By the end of this year, our total borrowings, the total we have borrowed is going to be in excess of 15 to 16 trillion. And my worry is that we wake up one day, like Argentina, the Naira will be 1,000, 2,000, it will be moving. Because we don't, you can imagine a family, you don't have money coming in, you're just borrowing and borrowing and borrowing without any means or idea of how to pay back. And nobody is looking at that. Everybody is looking at 2023.
Have you seen that? Have you seen that? There is where I'm going with this. Yes, you had all of what he said. Governor, that was Governor Obaseki, the current governor of Edo State. And that video was pre-2023 election video. Now, I will still come to where I am going. Please stay tuned, but let's look at what he said. This was the time prior to the removal of subsidy. And they want subsidy to go. Now, subsidy means, in terms of that petrol, that government is paying part of the money we are supposed to pay to get petrol, fuel, and the others. Now, they said removal of subsidy means also that the government will not pay for us. Maybe we are supposed to buy fuel at 700 and the government is paying 300. Now, government will no longer pay the 300. Okay, if government is paying the 300, we're buying fuel at 400. Now, if government is no longer going to pay the 300, we're buying fuel at 700. Now, check the time subsidy was removed in Nigeria to now. The government is supposed to have saved a lot of money. And this money would have been used on certain things. Maybe fixing the refineries or doing some other things. Where is the money going? Look at dollar today. He predicted it. He talked about 1,000. This was about the time dollar was around maybe 600, 500, 600, 700. Today, dollar is hitting 1819. All of this were like speculation, but it came to pass. Gold is not going. Gold is there, but oil is going. I'm coming to Niger Delta gradually. Niger Delta, oil. There is this report we saw on the news the other day This about 3 years ago or 4 years ago, they said oil, Nigeria oil has, that's the Nigeria Delta oil has 49 years to go. It disappears. Aside disappearing in the next 49 years, people are switching from oil. They are looking for alternative source of energy and whatever the oil, crude oil gives. So gradually, the decline in consumption of crude oil, there'll be a decline. The top oil companies, the Shell, the Chevron, they are investing in alternative source. And there was a time, was it Shell or one of them, cut down production in Nigeria. So between two things, one must happen. That these people are leaving oil production, that it will no longer be, normally they say black gold. It will no longer be in vogue. Now, the second one is that oil in Niger Delta will disappear in a matter. It's not up to 50 years, it's gone. And 50 years is like 10 years, 20 years, 30, 40, 50, it's gone. What will you depend on? Now, let me go to the Niger Delta story. This oil was part of the reason they separated the Niger Delta. And let me tell you, if they realized Imo and Abia had oil, probably they would have added Imo, that political map where we call Imo and Abia today, they would have added them to South-South, or not just South-South. They will make them, they will give them state alongside the others, and they will claim they are not Igbos. Probably they didn't realize those areas have oil. Even Anambra of today, they would have, added Imo and Abia to River State, and we are not Igbos again. When the oil goes, who are we? When the oil is gone, who are we? Will the oil still be what they are holding on to divide brothers together, to divide brothers, to separate relatives? Now I'm specifically talking about the Igbo-speaking part of the area called Southsouth today, the ones that are denying their Igbo-ness. Because part of the reason is basically oil. Oil is not found in your land, it's found in our land. I watched, I was going through Facebook and I saw a particular post and somebody commented, "It is because of our oil that you want us to join your Biafra." I'm not talking about Biafra. It's because of oil you want to unify Igbo. We are not talking about Biafra. But what of when the oil disappears? Will you remember who you are? You allow them to play you in the name of oil. Let me tell you, the oil in rivers, in Abia and Imo states can sustain the area called Southeast. The oil in Abia and Imo state alone can sustain Southeast. If we explore others, they tell you Igbos of Southeast now, they tell you they are oppressive. Niger Delta oil is shared for the whole of Nigeria, while Zamfara gold belongs to states. Oil is disappearing and gold is not disappearing. Gold will never disappear. It is hard to have a substitute for gold. But there are alternatives to oil. Oil can be substituted, and they are doing it already. The electric cars are there. You know about it already. I don't need to tell you. The cars that use batteries. Most of the constituents of petroleum, today they have substitutes. So when the oil is gone, will you remember that we are related? Please, I'm not talking about the whole of Niger Delta. because I don't want trouble. And specifically talking about our Igbo speaking part of Niger Delta. I don't want, even this Igbo speaking part of Niger Delta, I'm careful when I talk about them. Because some of them, many of them still oppose our unity. Unity doesn't mean we have to split the country. We have been trading together, doing things together before the white people came. The waters, the oceans, they were not a barrier. We have been trading. We do things together. We, move this to there, move this. You bring what you got to the table. Now, when the oil is gone, will you remember that the Southeastern Igbos, based on the political map, are your relatives? Please, viewers, share this video widely. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for more updates. Bye-bye for now.